So at the end of last week, I showed you 3 different ways that your Samsung Galaxy Note 9 will back up the data that you have on your device, whether it's pictures, whether it's contacts, or even applications and application data. Those 3 methods were the Android backup system, which is a bit iffy because it requires the developers to opt in to use it, and it requires the developers to designate what type of data gets backed up. And let's be honest, not a lot of developers have opted in for this feature. So various OEMs have taken upon themselves to use their own backup system. One of the backup systems that I showed you last week for the Galaxy Note 9 was Samsung Cloud. Samsung Cloud is a nice way to upload your pictures, upload your documents, but it's not going to save any of your applications or any of your application data. It's just not very reliable. So, going from showing you how to back up your data with 3 different things, today I'm going to show you how to restore that data in case you have to do a factory reset. And now this method will involve the 3rd backup process that I talked about. It requires a desktop PC with the software called Samsung Smart Switch installed. Again, I talked about this in the backup video and tutorial, which of course will be linked in the full tutorial, and I'll have that link in the video description for anybody who is watching this on YouTube, just so you know. So right before I installed a bunch of applications, I created a backup on Samsung Smart Switch that stored all of my information at that time. Now I did that, I created the backup, and then I installed a bunch of applications just to show you that it actually works. I'm going to restore that backup that did not have these applications installed. Now naturally, whenever you do a restore of a backup, it's going to put applications and application data back onto your phone. This was just a quick way for me to show you that it works and how it works using the Samsung Smart Switch application for the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Again, this is something that I will always recommend. I will always recommend you to create a backup however possible, whether it's Samsung Smart Switch, whether it is a custom recovery called TWRP. Always have a recent backup of your data just in case you need to do a factory reset or something happens. It's always good just to have a backup. So, now you can see I have these 5 applications installed. These applications were not installed whenever I did the backup. So now I'm going to do the restore. I'm going to show you how to restore your data on the Galaxy Note 9. And because these applications were not there when I did that backup, they will not be there after I do the restore. So here we go. We have Samsung Smart Switch open. So if you have the Galaxy Note 9 or any of the other Samsung devices, I definitely recommend you to install Smart Switch. When you open it up, it's going to tell you to connect your phone to the PC with a USB cable. After a few seconds, it's going to detect which phone you have, naturally. And then we're going to have 3 different options here. Now, like I said before, I did a backup, but this time I'm going to do a restore. I'm going to show you how to restore your data on the Galaxy Note 9. So we're just going to click on this restore button. You can see that the latest backup that has been created was on the 17th, which is today. But also you can click this select your backup data, and you can see all of the different backups that you have created. So again, the latest backup we have done was just a few minutes ago, about an hour ago. And now all I have to do is click on the Restore Now button. And depending on how much data and applications you have installed and store on your device will depend on how long this process takes. You know, I have a very clean a very clean install of Samsung Experience on the Galaxy Note 9. So my restore and the restore data size is going to be a lot smaller and faster than yours if you have a lot of stuff on your device and you're doing a lot of that. So again, just be patient during that process. Eventually it will be done. Then we're just going to click on the OK button. And now it takes us back to the Smart Switch page, since we are still connected with a USB cable. And once the restore has been complete and we are back here, we can go ahead and unplug that USB cable from the Galaxy Note 9. And this is, I will admit, this is a backwards way of showing how to back up your data. But the whole goal is to show that whenever you create that initial backup, it has a certain save state on your device. And that's what it's storing in that backup. So it doesn't matter if you have installed applications or removed applications. Whenever you restore from one of those backups, you are going to restore to the exact point that you were at when you created that backup. Ideally, you're going to want to create a backup, just like I showed you how to do last week. You're going to want to do that with Samsung Smart Switch, and you're going to want to do that before you have to do any type of factory reset. Maybe you detect your phone's performance is slow, or it is overheating, or something happens and you just need to do a factory reset. You know, that's tons of reasons why you need to do a factory reset to just fix random Android glitches that affect Samsung devices, Google devices, HTC devices, LG devices. These are very complex operating systems, and there are just times that you just need to do a factory reset to get things done. Now, also last week I showed you how to do a bootloader unlock. And before you do that bootloader unlock, it tells you that it's going to do a factory reset. So naturally, you're going to want to create a backup, then do your bootloader unlock, and then connect it back up the Samsung Smart Switch, and then do a restore. Then of all of your applications, your emails, your pictures, your contacts, all of that will be back on your phone just like you would expect it to be. And that's it. Thanks to the Samsung Smart Switch program on Windows PC and on Mac OS, we can quickly and easily back up and restore the data that we have on our phones.